Nothing matters. But you know what does matter? Life. In fact, life is the most important thing in this universe of ours. And I'm going to show you how we could extend a human's life to be endless. Keep watching. Did you know that the current average lifespan of a human being is 79 years? And the current oldest human being who is still alive today is called Kane Tanaka, and she is a whopping 115 years of age. I'm really close to overtaking her though, it's only a solid 97 years to go. Also, the oldest living man is a solid 113 years of age, called Masanzo Nonaka. It's a fantasy to live forever, where time seems to go on and on and on. It's been explored in so many different ways, such as books, mythology, films, TV. There are two main types of immortality. The first being you age forever. You are still susceptible to physical harm, but you get to watch all your loved ones die around you. The second being you are immune to physical harm and you age forever. So regardless of any natural or unnatural causes, you will live for as long as eternity. To get a grasp of aging, we must understand how a human ages and works. And no, I don't mean working in the office. Like, what is a human made of? Atoms! Yes, but a bit bigger than that. Lego! Cells. Humans are made of cells, like skin cells and blood cells, and they're constantly regenerating to build up a human's defences. But if they're constantly regenerating, then why would a human still age? One of the most common theories at the moment is the free radical theory, or the oxygen free radical theory. Oxygen free radicals are one of the most toxic byproducts of a normal cell, such as a skin cell or a blood cell. Now, these byproducts do serious damage to cells once they've been released. However, natural antioxidants, I'll call this an antioxidant, antioxidants eat and consume oxygen free radicals that are released to help defend your cells. Now, however, these antioxidants don't eat up every single oxygen-free radicals, and some oxygen-free radicals escape. They're obviously not that happy, they're more evil than happy, there we go. Now, when these oxygen-free radicals escape, they are left to do serious damage to things like our DNA and our proteins. This is what causes, or what is theorized to cause, a human's aging, as it damages the DNA, so the human cannot function as its proper state. Now, it's a real shame that oxygen is keeping us alive, and is also doing the complete opposite as well. Whatever. Now, humans obviously aren't immortal. Or are they? Dr. Aubrey de Grey, who graduated from the University of Cambridge in 1985, said that anyone who was born now, or has been born for the last 20 years, has a very slim chance of growing to the age of 1000, but still a chance. He says that a human is like a machine, similar to a car or a plane. I mean, I'd personally be a tractor, but it doesn't matter, not my research. But he also says that machines accumulate damage over time, and that reduces their lifespan, just like a human being. He wants to create a medicinal substance that reduces the folding of proteins and other dangerous damage to our cells that causes us to age. Now, we haven't heard anything of these medicines yet, but it's a hopeful sign that humans could live for so much longer. Immortality is always dependent on this one thing called senescence, also known as biological aging. Senescence is the reduction of the function of a complex life form, like us humans. So, for a mortal being, like us, their senescence is decreasing. And for anything that is biologically immortal, their senescence is stationary or increasing. For creatures that are biologically immortal, this means that their cells and their functions have a low to no chance of degrading as time passes, which means they have the same risk of death throughout their entire life. However, humans' cells and functions do degrade over time due to the oxygen-free radical theory we were talking about earlier. And this degrading of cells increases the risk of death for a human the older they get. So some creatures have a higher chance of dying when they're older, but some, it doesn't change at all. Some creatures with biological immortality are the lobster or the jellyfish, or my personal favourites, the rough-eye rockfish and the eastern box turtle. Will be outlived by a fish, but put me on a game of Mario Kart with the eastern box turtle or a fist fight, I'd surely win. I'm definitely not insecure about it. You're not exactly a boxer, are you, box turtle? The most simple form of extending a human's life would be to consume antioxidant substances, such as strawberries or dark chocolate. These substances remove the oxygen-free radicals we talked about earlier, and even though it's only a little, will increase your lifespan. There are also some hormone therapies that people have been researching to prolong a human's lifespan, but these hormone therapies have been recommended not to be done because they could be more dangerous than they are beneficial to a human's life. I mean, a hormone therapy that I went through was an increase in testosterone because I'm a weak and fragile man, and as you can see, that hasn't seemed to have worked, so I recommend no hormone therapies. If we are unable to tamper with our cellular structure or our sentience, then we could try and tamper with our consciousness. Our understanding of consciousness is constantly growing and growing. I actually talk a bit about this in my last video about plants having brains. Shameless plug. If you've ever watched the film Chappie, then you kind of understand where I'm going with this. In Chappie, the main character, Chappie, is a robot, and he finds out what consciousness is, and he manages to download it into a machine. And what he does is he uses this process to save his creator, who is a human. He downloads the human's consciousness and puts it into a machine so he could live beside him forever. Now, this concept in real life has not been swept under the rug at all. Your consciousness is a result of biological impulses going throughout your brain, and those impulses are like software in a computer, and your brain is like the hardware. We've already figured out how to send electrical impulses into brains of mice to elicit an emotion from them using their brains. So we've managed to hook up a computer to a mouse's brain. Now imagine being able to hook up your brain to a toaster. It'd be so much fun making toast every day. This is one possible way that we could be immortal. We could take our thoughts and our impulses and put them into a robotic body and live forever. It would be really cool as us for humans to have immortality. And this immortality dream might not be a dream anymore as we research more and more into it. But for now, life is not endless, so make sure you live it to its fullest. And if there's one thing that matters, it's you.